Certainly
Two
am.
sixes. What else have we got in the corner? Any improvements?
Vaults.
Yep.
Thank you.
You can have...
Suave, I think.
anagram of valets is Vestal,
Yeah.
relating to the Roman goddess Vestal.
And in the corner.
There is a 6 that we can
Yes.
find.
Arguer.
An arguer. He who argues.
Yes. Even she
Argue
knew.
meant 19 all.
Bedpans.
Bedpans. Is that the best we can do?
Yes, that was our best after
Anything else?
accented.
All right.
that one.
Absented. Very. Pinnule, Susie.
Yes, it's a botanical term and it's a small leaf or branch on the stem of a fern. That's
Course.
absolutely excellent. Well done.
Of course it is. Have that. Yeah,
Yes,
very good.
wolf-like. Very good.
Very good. So is this another one of your... Can we help Chris on this one?
Oh, we can. Well, I'm sorry for all these very complicated technical definitions. This is a term from biology, not botany. Isogamy is sexual reproduction by the fusion of similar gametes. Production. That's
Very,
very
clever
good.
of you, Chris. Improvements.
Immagos are the sort of first stage of a butterfly, for example. It's
Right.
Sort of, anyway, that's very good. No, we had 5s otherwise. Magus and Mossy.
But they were two rather curious ones, weren't
The
they?
cardoon is
Yes.
it's a tall thistle-like plant which is related to the globe artichoke. You could have lardoon instead, which is another spelling of the lardon, the small cube of bacon.
Yeah.
That's there for another 7. And we had one more, I think, Margaret, didn't we?
We had carload.
Yes.
Carload.
A carload of people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pounder.
Yes, quarter pounder, for example.
Yeah, 9-pounder.
We have unroped. To unrope is there as a verb to detach oneself from a rope. So that's a slightly ugly 7 as well.
But ropes, of course, get knots spotted.
Ah, very good.
And it's also of long,
Okay. Very nice.
for what it's worth.
Well, I had a lovely letter from Richard and Elizabeth Posford, who live in Essex, and they asked me for the origin of a busman's holiday. Why do we talk about busman's holiday, which is one which is spent doing exactly the same thing that you would be doing at work. And the earliest record that we can find is from an edition of the English Illustrated magazine, and that was 1893. And at that time, buses were horse-drawn, which gives rise to the most popular suggestion for the origin of this phrase, which is that any bus driver who became really attached to his horses would spend his days riding on his own vehicle to make sure that the horses were looked after properly. But there is another suggestion, and I think it's a much more plausible one, and B-U-Z-M-A-N, and that was a piece of 19th century thieves' slang that meant a pickpocket. It probably comes from the sense of buzz, as in to talk rapidly. So one of these pickpockets would entertain or somehow get the victim in conversation while the other one would pick his pocket. And since pickpockets never take a break, I think that's a much more likely origin for a busman's holiday.
Busman, well,
Yeah,
I'm done.
busman's holiday.
Very. Susie.
Well, it's an American term for a small flat-bottomed boat with square ends, which is used on inland waterways.
Sounds like a punt.
Bigger than that, possibly. Do you think? Well, no, it's a small flat-bottomed boat. To be honest,
Flat at both ends, yeah.
it could well be. I have
Yes.
never seen one, and they're obviously only in America.
Okay.
But still.
All right.
2, yes.
Well done. Now, you can't get much better than that. Now then, in the corner, Margaret, Susie.
There's nothing longer, but there's boarded.
And radioed.
Yes.
Yeah. 2 more
Radioed.
7s.
Very good. All right.
Well, it's certainly not a ridiculous word at all. Oh, it's not there.
Oh, God, read what I've written.
We had outraged.
We had
as well,
outraged,
didn't we?
yes, as well,
Outraged is
yeah.
outraged.
Very good.
Outraged, yeah.
All right. But see you tomorrow when Margaret will appear. That's a revelation.